First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, and salutation to your brothers making calling and election sure. Basically, I just want to do a lesson on Wisdom of Solomon, the third chapter. Because I was reading the scriptures, and it was a certain situation that was going on. That I was going through, that I was reflecting on, and I was thinking, filter everything. We're supposed to filter everything to the scripture. So I was reading these verses, and I figured, hey, might as well just do a little lesson on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the scriptures. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the third chapter. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them." Okay, so Yahawashi, He knows the souls of the righteous, and they're in His hand. Okay, and Yahawashi, He guides the brothers. He guides the brotherhood, and nor torment should touch them, because at the end of this thing of making our call and election sure, Lord willing, that we're part of the elect, we're gonna get that salvation. All right. But I got a scripture, Job 12 and 10th. It says, "In whose hand is the soul of every living thing and the breath of all mankind." Okay, so in His hand is every living thing. You know what I'm saying? And the breath of all mankind. So Yahawah, He made all the nations, all the people, but most definitely He watches over His elect. Okay, and He knows what the brothers are going through. He knows what brothers need before we even ask of it in prayer. Okay, so the Lord's always with us. Lord willing, we're those men. We're accounted with that number. All right, but I'm gonna continue on back in Wisdom of Solomon, the third chapter. Back in the second verse, it says, "In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die." Okay, so in this truth, man, it's known, and it's been seen that basically we come into this truth. People look at us, and it's like you don't celebrate birthdays, or you don't eat pork, or you don't do certain things, and it's like when they really look at us, they're like, man, you guys are dead. You guys are like boring, or you're not cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because when we come to this truth, we get rid of that those old ways. We put off that old man, and we're walking in a new man, in the spirit and the power of Yahawashi. So we're trying to do our best. You know what I mean? To because the Lord gave us this knowledge, so we're doing our best to stay in the spirit and stay fighting for righteousness. But in the sight of people, it's like we're dead, because for one thing, when you come into the truth, your phone don't ring as much anymore. You know what I mean? And those knocks on the door, those family visits and whatnot, the friends and stuff like that, that all seems to cease as well. So it's like we're dead. And also in the book of Galatians, it says roughly paraphrasing, it says that we're crucified to the world is crucified to us, and we're and us to the world. So basically the world, they turn their back. You know what I mean, on brothers that are following this truth and in this walk. All right, and the same thing for us, man. We really don't reach out and deal with people that are like 2/3. I mean, we got mechanics and babysitters and things like that, and people that we deal with. We're not totally all just stuck up or anything like that. No, you know what I'm saying? But we are trying to stay righteous, and we got a zeal, But we're not trying to be unequally yoked, as the scripture has says, with non-believers, because scripture says that's an infidel. That's someone who's fighting against Yahawashi in this truth, and we're for the truth. So all right. It says, "And their departure is taken for misery." All right, and their departure is taken for misery. So basically, like I was saying, is when you stop hanging around the family, or chilling with ex-cousins and ex-friends and doing things that it's like I was saying, it's like boring. It's like it's miserable. It's like, oh, you're no fun. I mean, what I'm saying? You used to be a cool dude. You used to be used to clown, and you used to be down to hang and whatnot. But now it's like, oh, you just chill in the crib, and you're just reading the scriptures, and now you're doing this thing on the weekends, on Saturdays, preaching the Bible. It's like, oh man, that's lame. That's, you know, you're miserable. There's no fun in your life or nothing like that. But, you know, on the contrary, you know, we do have fun with the brotherhood, and we have fun learning the wisdom and knowledge of Yahawashi, which ultimately is going to give us salvation. All right. But let me continue. If I don't, 1 second. This is 1 Peter 4:4. It says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. You know, and back to what I was saying, the scripture says that the people, you know, that we're in them Gentile ways. I mean, the people, they were, you know, they speak evil of us now because of this truth. Because Yahawashi, we're trying to follow Him. We're trying to do what's righteous, and the righteousness of the scriptures, the righteousness of what the Lord wants us to do with the commandments is totally different from the ways of the world. It's not the same thing, okay? And you know, when you come to this truth, you really do separate yourself, and you really are separate. But the people think that, you know, that you're dead, or you're miserable, or you're dead to them. You know, family members be like, oh, you're dead to me. You might get into a little altercation or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But we got to remember that we got to stay in the spirit and stay in this truth no matter what, at all costs, you know? But yeah, we're going to fall, you know what I mean? And I'll be the first one, you know? You know, I got to remove the mote out of my eye, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a perfect man, you know what I'm saying, in this walk. But, you know, I'm trying, and I know brothers are trying too. So that's why I did this lesson, all right? So it says back in 1 Peter 4 and 3. I'm going to start at 3. It says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. All right, so, you know, back in the world, we was doing, you know, believing in Santa Claus, and taking our kids to churches, and eating pork, and doing all these things, okay, which is the ways of the Gentiles. All right, it says wrought the will of the Gentiles, right? You know what I'm saying? You vote for other people, you know, people that are not of your nation and whatnot, and you believe in that Caesar Borgia, that white Jesus Christ, and you know, you do everything contrary to the law of Yahawashi, okay? It says, when we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. You know, some people were, you know what I mean? They, you know, were like Catholics, and you know, they bowed down to idols and stuff, and so on and so forth. Some people, you know, were drunkards. You know what I'm saying? And banquetings, you know, you're going to parties all the time, you know, partying it up, and you know, and some brothers was you know, doing lustful things, you know what I'm saying? But these things are not to be so. You know, when you come into the truth, you know, you got to fight all these type of demons, all these type of things, all these type of acts, and these things that we're not supposed to be doing any of these things. All right, but it says, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So, you know what I'm saying? So when you don't do these type of things with them, or you know what I'm saying, or even in the same conversation, you don't really want to be speaking about carnal things and stuff like that. You just try to stay in the spirit, try to be cool, and you know, wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. You know what I'm saying, and be at peace with all men. At the same token, they still speak evil of you, saying, oh man, that dude, he's a lame, he's a sucker, he's a square, or something like that. But we know that's not true, man, because this wisdom it separates us, and it purifies us the more we stay in it. All right, so back in the Wisdom of Solomon, the third chapter, the third verse, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, when you're at your home, you know what I'm saying, and you're meditating on this word, you know what you're doing it for. You know what I'm saying? So you have that peace of mind in your mind, all right, why you're doing this thing, why you're in this walk. And we're in this walk to get salvation, and we're in this walk to edify other people. Lord willing, you know, we'll have some fruit. We'll catch somebody. We'll reel somebody up into this, just like somebody reeled us up into this through the power and the spirit of Yahawashi, because it's through His power. It's an unseen power that He wakes up a brother, and that brother wakes you up. So it's a beautiful thing for you to be in peace and know that that's what you're in this for, to wake up another brother. You know what I'm saying? And bring them into the fold, and Lord willing, man, we can be saved, because ultimately, brothers in this truth, I believe for the most part, brothers in this truth are really seeking salvation. They're willing to get up out of this injustices, man, of the things that they brothers want to know that, you know, what they went in through this life, it wasn't in vain, that they was getting purified and molded from the very beginning to be servants of Yahawashi, to be disciples, and to come into this truth. And a lot of brothers I know, and through the Spirit, I can perceive that brothers, they were able to see through things in life, see through the lies. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 4, for they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Okay, so, you know, sometimes, you know, you might go through something in front of another person that is not in the truth, a two-third. Something might happen to you. Hold it up a little bit. Something might happen to you, all right? And they look at you like, that dude, he's dumb. Look at what he's going through, or look what happened to him, or certain things of that extent, okay? But, you know, the things that we go through, we know that the Lord is just a chastener. He's dealing with us in some sort of way. It's like we can't understand it, we can't see it, but we know because we have that faith. But they don't see it because they always want to live in a joyous state. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they you know, they can't be doing bad because the Lord's not dealing with them. But we know that the Lord deals with the underdog. Right? It says, for though they be, I'm reading it again, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Okay, so, you know, you might go through something, and your family might tell you something, or some acquaintances, or somebody might say something about what you're going through. All right, but you hope for the immortality, the righteousness in the kingdom. You hope for this word to get put in your inward parts, and that no one has to teach you. You know, we won't have to make videos anymore. We won't have to, you know what I'm saying? Because we'll know it by second nature. So we'll be magnifying Yahawah, Yahawashi naturally, and not going off, not doing good. You know what I'm saying? Having a good run, the Spirit, and then boom, you fall, and then have to get back up. You know, because the Scripture says a righteous man falleth, but he gets back up. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, it says Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy of him for himself. All right. So, having been a little chastised, man. So what we're going through, it's really a little bit. It's not really a big thing. You know what I mean? All right. And the Most High is proving us. That's what these trials and tribulations, they are. They're proving to see how strong we are. You know what I mean? And some might have to perish for this work, but hey, so be it, you know? Because we handle this like we handle that, man. Jake is strong like that because the Lord didn't put the spirit of fear upon us. All right? So, just like when a dude goes into the ring and he's boxing or MMA and Jake's up in there, yeah, you worried for a second, you're shook, but when you get up in there, man, you already know what time it is. You know what I mean? Because of that training. So this is training. You know, this is training for and we get trained even from the beginning, because the Lord said He knew us from before He formed us in the belly, and He sanctified us a prophet unto the nations, man. So He knew us from the very beginning. He knew that we were going to be able to do this. All right. So, you know, the Lord knows what we're capable of, but we don't know because it's been taken from us. Okay, this truth. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment. So our light affliction, what we're going through, being afflicted, is for a little moment, right? All right, it says, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Okay, so the affliction that we receive compared to the glory, hey man, the glory is way more. It's way more than what the affliction that we're going through right now. Okay, that we're going to receive, Lord willing, for those men. All right, back in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 6, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. Okay? And the Israelites, they used to offer burnt offerings when they were committing sin, they were going off. So when we're being chastised and being put through the fire and these fiery trials, man, they're like a burnt offerings, man. The Lord is like, at the same time that we're going through and messing up, the Lord's still seeing it like, hey, they're trying. And those are for the brothers that try. Those are for those that try. And are sincere, okay? Because Yahawashi, He judges all men, man, whether it's good or whether it's evil, and He's gonna reward those. He's gonna reward those men. All right, pick it up. All right. And in the time of their visitation, They shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Okay, so when the Lord comes back, man, some brothers are gonna get that spiritual power, man. All right, and they're gonna devour the other nations. All right, you know what I'm saying? The other nations they're gonna get whooped up, man. And it says they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. So that's like what it's, the book of Psalms. What it says that's the glory of the saints, man. It belongs to the saints to be put fetters of iron and chains upon the heathen. All right, and it says, and have dominion over the people. All right, so Lord willing, if we're the elect, we're gonna reign under Yahawashi, and the rest of Israel is gonna be under us. All right. It says, and the Lord shall reign forever. So the Lord's going to be over us, reigning forever. Okay? It says, Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. Okay? So you have to trust in Yahawashi at all times, man. You have to fear Yahawashi, and he'll show you his secrets, and he'll show you this truth. All right? Follow the commandments. And the scriptures say, seek out your own salvation in fear and trembling. All right? And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. Okay? So it says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Okay? So those who abide with him will abide with him in what? In love of keeping the commandments. If you love Yahawashi, you're going to keep the commandments. And that's real love, man. That's real love, like a father, our heavenly Father, man, loving him, loving and what he says. And Lord willing, we are those men, man, because we're not doing this in vain. We're doing it because we love Yahawashi. All right? It says, for grace and mercy is to his saints. So he gives a grace and mercy to it. That's why we're in this truth, That's mercy, man, and that's grace. It says, and he hath cared for his elect. So the Lord cares for the brothers, man, and what you're going through, all right? And whether people may think that, that we're dead to them, or we're going through is a big old thing, it's really not nothing, man. But Yahawashi is doing all this for a reason. The Lord willing, he's purifying us with these trials, all right? And it's just another video to, uplift brothers, man. Okay? So with that, I want to say, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And greetings to your brothers, make your calling and election sure. Shalom.